you ever searched for something online and then been bombarded with ads for it? Do you wonder if someone's listening to your phone or monitoring your internet history? Welcome to the world of online advertising. This week on Per My Last Email, we're going to dive into what advertisers really know about you, how they get this information, and what you can do to control it. For some people, having their past searches reappear in the form of an ad might be unnerving, while for others, it might be that push they didn't know they needed to finally click Add to Cart. If you find yourself unsettled by what advertisers may know about you, the good news is you do have control over how they track your behavior and store your information. But before we get to that, it's important to understand how they target you. Advertisers utilize platforms like Google and Facebook because they are some of the best ways to learn about and reach targeted consumers. For political or advocacy campaigns with a direct response call to action, like donation or email acquisition, Facebook is where advertisers typically look to first because of its large amount of user political and interest data, as well as its overall strength of targeting. They say everyone has a doppelganger somewhere in the world, and Facebook uses lookalike audiences to find yours. Not in looks, but in interests. Facebook's lookalike audiences locates users whose demographics and interests are similar to those of users who have already been targeted. Platforms like Facebook and Google are also used by advertisers for remarketing. That espresso machine that you viewed 5 times on Amazon but haven't pulled the trigger on buying, that's where remarketing comes in. These sites show you ads from brands whose products you've expressed interest in. This is how you get chased with ads that have a friendly reminder of how that espresso machine would be a great addition to your new work from home routine. Now let's talk about third-party data. This type of publicly available and purchasable data doesn't belong to platforms like Facebook or Google, but can instead be used by advertisers to more specifically target users with certain interests, behaviors, and demographic characteristics. This data is usually used to identify political affiliation and geographical location of users. This is a good resource for advertisers that have a data need that cannot be met by traditional in-platform targeting. Lastly, while Facebook allows for third-party targeting for any advertiser, Google recently updated their advertising policies to not allow it for political advertisers. Now that we know how advertisers target us, there are some steps you can take to control how much data they possess. You can visit your Google Ad settings page and turn off specific categories or turn off ad personalization altogether. And on Facebook, you can customize your preferences to see fewer ads on specific topics or categories within your ad preferences page. Armed with this information, you can begin to make decisions about how much information you share and which platforms you share it with. In a time where advertisers know a lot about you, it's important to understand that there are protections in place that ensure that your privacy is priority. If you don't already, be sure to subscribe to the Per My Last Email YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you're alerted when we post new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.